What's up, everybody? We're here at WJCT Public Media on the soundstage for another installment of JME Soundstage Sessions. I'm WJCT Arts and Culture Editor Matt Shaw, and we are in for a treat today. Our cavernous soundstage is feeling a little less so because we have a 10-piece band in here. Jacksonville's mighty Afro-Cuban salsa band, LPT. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having
me. LPT has a new record out, Se Quema El Mundo. They're going to play a track from that album, and then we're going to chat with the band about the record, writing salsa music, etc. But right now, let's hear some music. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Me perdió hasta el reloj. No encontraba mi camisa favorita, no hallaba mi teléfono. Finalmente llegué al trabajo, ahora no estaba ahí. No encontraba mi pluma ni mi tijera, ¿qué me pasa a mí? Últimamente tengo que confesar que poco a poco a mí las cosas se me empiezan a olvidar. Más tarde casa y me equivoqué. Ese pero no es mío ni esa mujer, perdí la mente, tal vez. Tengo que confesar que poco a poco a mí las cosas se me empiezan a olvidar. Más tarde llegué a mi calle, entré en una casa y me equivoqué. Ese pero no es mío ni esa mujer, perdí la mente, tal vez. A mí se me pierde todo, ¿qué es lo que me pasa a mí? Algunas veces yo pienso que el mundo está bien ubicado y fui yo que me perdí. A mí se me pierde todo, ¿qué es lo que me pasa a mí? No creo que es la edad, porque te digo, esto me pasó desde jovencito. A mí se me pierde todo, ¿qué es lo que me pasa a mí? Se me pierde, se me pierde, se me pierde todo. Ay, cara, ¿qué será de mí? Buscar y no poder encontrar las cosas que yo quiero hallar. A mí se me pierde todo, ¿qué es lo que me pasa a mí? No me lo des, que yo lo pierdo y no lo vas a encontrar. Algunas veces el perdido para echar para adelante tiene que tomar grandes pasos.
That was Jacksonville's own LPT playing a song from their latest full-length, Se Quema El Mundo. We're here at the WJCT Soundstage for JME's Soundstage Sessions. And I want to ask you guys about this excellent new record. But first, Josué, you're in front of the band here. the de facto front person. You want to introduce us to the band and tell us what everybody's playing today?
Absolutely, absolutely. It'd be my pleasure. We'll start back over here on baritone, sax, and flute when we have it. It's Mike Emmert. Right next to him, we have Juan Rollan, el cubanazo, right there, tenor sax. Off in the back on trombone, it's Bryant Patterson. Right next to him is the man, Steve Strawley on trumpet. Swinging back around in the back, we got Milan Algood, Timbalero, extraordinaire. There we go. Right in front of him, that's Dorian Lopez, a.k.a. Papi Disco, Bongo and Campana. You know what I'm saying? Right in the back, my man, the low end, that's Stan Piper on the bass, on the baby bass today. Right here, we got Juan Pablo Salvat, tumbadoras, congas. Ángel Garcia, right there on the piano. And su servidor, Josué Cruz, on the vocals.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here. I wanted to start by talking about the formation of the band. You guys started out around 2015, one iteration of the band. I mean, from the jump, you guys were filling up the back room at Rain Dogs. Kind of a quasi-residency thing, like monthly residency, that's right. Some really memorable shows for Jacksonville, but you all came from different musical backgrounds. You played in different bands, had different projects in the past. So I want to know how this group of musicians came together to perform salsa. Did everybody share an affinity for that music, or, you know, what's the connection there?
I grew up listening to some of this and learning piano in this direction, but really starting playing with Milan and hanging out with Milan when I got to UNF, we started just jamming this stuff, and then JP showed up.
Like he does.
But I think the catalyst was when we talked, whenever that was.
Right in front of Burrow Bar.
Yeah, rest in peace.
That's right, rest in peace. Yeah. That was, the first conversation happened probably back in, about this happened in 2013, and it took us about 2 years to get this thing up and running, obviously, as a big band. We started as a 7-piece, and from there moved on to add the remainder of the horns and so forth. This iteration right here took some life in 2018 when we took some personnel changes, and, you know, Stan stepped in, and Mike showed up, and, you know, everybody was out there, you know, or in the band ready to go. So, and then from there was just felt like, you know, all the right pieces were in place. We all shared a love for this music. And, you know, we just wanted to play it because we weren't hearing it around as much. So the real reason why we really got together is like, hey, man, we want to do this. And that's how it kind of got the jump off of that.
Yeah, well, cool. And I heard UNF mentioned, so if you're listening from outside of Jacksonville, that's the University of North Florida, big public university here.
With a great music school.
Yeah, swoop, exactly. and so when you started out, too, you guys were mostly performing covers or interpreting old songs, right? And
yes.
The band's first entry into original music was 2019's Sin Parar. Correct.
Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah. We had written some songs prior to that, but that was the first full length that we released. We released an EP on Winterland Records before that that had some interpretations of some songs. So the original music that we had written that we wanted to put out was Sin Parar, was that first album.
And so that debut too, you won an Independent Music Award for that album.
Yeah, man, that was a treat.
And I want to know what that transition has been like for you, Josué, you know, writing lyrics. I know you're the primary lyric writer in the group, and Angel as well, if you want to jump in on this as the one composing most of the music, to write original music in this style.
I mean, it's, number one, it's a treat to have, you know, this crew of musicians, and I'll let Angel take this one, because there's one thing that Angel always told me was write for the band you have. And that's both musically and lyrically, you know, and so from there it just made sense because we had the right pieces in place. I mean, wouldn't you say that's kind of where it was like, we got what we need, let's really jump on this? Yeah,
it makes it real fun to know, you know, the people behind the notes and, you know, crafting all this. It's hard, especially with the catalog of amazing salsa music that's been around for, you know, 50 years now, 60 years. Yeah. And to have to, you know, contribute to that is scary, and you want to make sure everything's awesome, but these guys really drive the magic behind it, and writing for them is the best ever, so.
It's scary though.
But it's scary.
It's not, you know, you're jumping on, You're jumping. You're putting yourself out there. Anytime you're working with original music, you're putting yourself out there. I wouldn't have it any other way with any other crew. You know what I mean? Because it's like, bring it on, you know. And yeah, you know, I just truly love what it is that we're lucky enough to do together. You know.
Well, you guys are definitely leaving your mark on the sound, that's for sure. Now, your second record is out. The translation for the title is "The World is Burning." Is that right?
That is correct. Yeah. Written during the pandemic. So
right.
you can imagine.
Right. So, knowing that this is a pandemic record, you know, a pandemic project.
I think it's going to be a genre going forward in the future, don't you think? Like pandemic albums.
Yeah, there's a lot of music produced during the pandemic. Yeah. At least lyrically, it shifted in tone from the first record, from maybe more, you know, dance music and party music lyrically, I'm saying.
Sure.
It still has that feel to it. Tell me about the inspiration for writing this record and you know, what was motivating it?
Lyrically?
Yeah.
So, I mean, so lyrically, it was something that we explored in the first album, Sin Parar, which was kind of just, you know, putting the consciousness to the music. We can make you dance, we can make you think at the same time if we work hard. And then when we got to the second album, because of the circumstances, because of where we were, we wanted to, you know, be just more purposeful about it, you know what I mean, and more intentional about, if we're gonna say something, we're gonna have this platform. And what we noticed was that we had a platform all of a sudden, and what are we gonna do with it? You know, nothing against the party dance vibe, but you know, we have such a small little window to say something. I felt lyrically that it was a chance to have some amazing music that was composed, you know, by Angel and put together by LPT. And, you know, you kind of like, you know, power meeting power. You have to come, you know, really strong with the lyrical content in order to be able to tie it all together and say something out, you know, in front of everybody.
Right. And there's a history in salsa music of touching on social and political topics.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're talking about music of the street, music of the corner, you know, where it was that ability to, you know, if you have something to say or something is wrong, you have the chances to say something about it, you know, on the corner, you know, in the small clubs, you know, and from there it grew into the bigger stage. But there is a history of you know, of voices of resistance, you know, to use a term almost, you know, it's or just really just vocalizing and bringing attention to issues that, you know, are easily swept under the rug if nobody's paying attention.
Well, it's a fantastic record. LPT, thank you guys so much for being here. It's been a real pleasure. LPT's new record, Se Quema El Mundo.
El Mundo.
El Mundo. Nobody's going to sound more square than me saying
you're the
name of that record.
You're the man.
It's out on all streaming platforms and due for a vinyl release in the spring. This has been JME Soundstage Sessions, part of the Jacksonville Music Experience from WJCT Public Media. Thank you, guys. And you guys want to do another song?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Lo que sale siempre tiene que regresar. Vela bien la marea, contra corriente no se puede luchar. Ya se sabe a dónde tú vas a llegar. Junto en la boya, camarón que se duerme pa' ningún lado va. Arranca y ataca, el que no avanza se queda atrás. Prometido tú no lo puedes escapar. ¡Ay! Justo en la boya, ahí me encontrarás, navegando agua insegura.